Hello and welcome back to SNHU Esports. My name is Sholey. I'm joined here with Connor. Connor, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing perfect. I am so ready for this game tonight. What are we playing, Shane?
We got Sapphire versus Clark Red tonight, starting off on Nepal for our very first map, and you might recognize the name Clark Red. Tell us a little bit more about our last matchup with these guys.
Right, yeah, Clark Red. I mean, we went up against these guys in preseason, right? And it was a very, very close match. I think it went something like 2-1, and you play like all three games regardless of how it goes. It was best of three, but we played the last game, and we won that game after changing it up a little bit. So I think these guys have a little bit of knowledge of what's going to go like on during this game, how they're going to approach it going into. They adapted for sure. So my thesis is that if that kept going, right, then they would have won.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, because in preseason we played all three maps no matter what, just for seeding purposes. And in the final map, they did turn things around.
If it was the best of five, we would have that. This is us. This thing was
we're the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
and we stomp. We destroy.
All right. No, we were the red dinosaur eating the yellow one.
Okay.
Yeah,
but they're Clark Red.
Yeah. But we're red in that scenario.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess we could have been the yellow one for the first two games.
I think that
preseason.
That maybe would have worked a little bit better because that's one of our colors. But we're like red with the blood of our enemies kind of thing. You know? So it really makes sense when you look at it like that. And I think that's a pretty good way to analyze exactly what's coming up next because... like you said, yeah, I'm interested to see how this works out in a best of five set because it's a very different kind of format. We're gonna get to kind of go over a lot of different maps, a lot of different game modes, and if SNHU they got the lead kind of adapting on the third map last time, could keep going, and that's what's exciting to see.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that exactly. And there's been a little bit of changes to kind of how the game plays. It's mostly been like insignificant things to competitive team like matchmaking and stuff.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about that. We don't worry about that stuff right now. But definitely, I'm excited to see what they're going to bring to the table. I think like the meta for DPS is still like Cassidy Tracer.
Yeah, those are pretty popular right now, and it is worth noting that even though there has been significant balance changes since the last time we fought them in preseason, there has been 3 weeks. This is the third week of the real season, so this team has had a pretty good amount of time to really kind of get used to their roles and how they fit together in this new sort of combination of players that they're going forward through in the season. So that slight roster change takes some time to get used to, so we could see a much stronger Sapphire come out of the gates. Same thing with Clark Red, though. These teams have both had the same amount of time to kind of train, get ready for this, and really try and improve their game plan going forward here. And especially if we get repeats of maps we saw in the original set, that could be really interesting to see exactly how their strategies have changed up a lot, because I feel like Sapphire have looked really strong in the last 2 weeks here in the actual season. So hopefully we can continue to see them kind of keep that momentum forward and continue to push through into week 3 against Clark Red.
Right, and what are some of these maps that we're going into that you think SNHU would prefer going into Clark?
It's interesting that we're on Nepal first. We almost never see Nepal first. Right. This is a very weird map to have coming out of the gates, a very weird map to have in the set at all, because you only get controls the first map and the 5th map if it goes all the way to that. So we almost never get to see Nepal, which is really interesting. The other thing is there is a new control map in the mix that is legal right now. It is Antarctica.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if we'll see that tonight. I know SNHU have felt a little bit confident about their Antarctica, but they're going to have to make it all the way to map 5 if that happens. So it's unlikely that we'll get to control either way, no matter who wins. But if this goes all the way down to the wire, we could see a brand new map as our tiebreaker.
I have a feeling that this could very well be a 5-game set.
It could. I'm really excited to see exactly how close this is, and we'll definitely get a feel for that as we already go into our first game of the night. Nepal is a really interesting map overall, just because there is a lot of in terms of the combination of the 3 maps that are in Nepal, it is very different from a lot of other King of the Hill maps, especially looking at some of the maps like Shrine, where you're completely indoors the entire time, and there's just a giant kill pit right in the middle of the hill. It's a little similar to maybe a little bit like Ilios, but the fact that you are completely boxed in really kind of adds that whole new element. You've also just got a very different kind of configuration around that pit that really makes it interesting to see how you kind of fight over that space. I think Nepal has a lot of really interesting kind of environments to fight in that we don't see in a lot of other King of the Hill maps, at least not that we see usually here on stream.
Right, and we definitely could see some interesting picks. I think what's going to happen is they're going to lock in the Lucio, at least for this one.
Yeah.
Because normally we're going to see like Kiriko and, I guess Kiriko Lucio would work too.
That's a really popular combination.
Yeah, that's probably what we might see on Nepal in a couple of these maps here, especially like that pit one. But we could see interesting picks, dare I say, Roadhog, or Echo, or Farah, stuff like that. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that, and possibly I think Junkrat's pack got touched recently.
Right? It has a little bit more damage fall off now, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, you're just point blank going to hit that anyways. So
Junkrat's an interesting character because he is one of those characters we see a lot on Pearl. One of the players on Pearl really loves to play Junkrat. We don't see it a lot at this level, but it is definitely a viable character, especially lately. He's had a lot of popularity, so that's pretty interesting as well. And I will also talk about the flyers that you mentioned, Farah and Echo here in the bunch. They're kind of they're like a Pandora's box almost, because usually neither team picks the flyers, Farah or Echo, and then they're like, oh, we're down one map, we're going to run Fair Mercy. Just try and get the element of surprise. It's a little bit cheesy to come out of the gate with Fair Mercy just because you're putting so much power just on the Farah and hoping that they can't counter it. If that happens, we usually see like the Pandora's box open, Echo comes out from Sapphire, and that is a really effective pick for them. It has been in the last few maps where whenever you see those fighters come out, there's usually an Echo that comes out from like Pepto or something that is just really, really dominant. So we're probably going to see a little bit of that kind of interaction come out here. But it is usually the kind of teams that are like, oh, we're just lost a map, we're going to switch over to the Farah Mercy, try and figure out if maybe this is a weak point for you or not. Haven't seen Sapphire really resort to that at all, though.
Yeah, and I think it's probably for a good reason, because if they easily have that hit scan just kind of check for you, then it's really hard to come back from that. And if you've dedicated enough of that first push, you probably have like around 30-40%, and you don't just want to throw that away, right? And I feel like another detrimental thing for those is you have to give up one of your supports to Mercy, right?
That's true.
Isn't as good. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do, but we are ready to see what's finally going to happen here in this game.
Let's check out Nepal.
Let's check it out.
Let's see our first map of the night and how it's going to unfold. We are in the Shrine for our very first round. This is what I'm talking about here, where you can see just how weird these kind of sight lines are, and the fact this pit is right in the middle here. I mean, this is a launch map. Everyone knows this map, but it is interesting to note how different it is from the maps we normally see here on stream. This is very much not a common or popular map to see coming right out of the gate. Normally we see Lijiang.
Right, and from the looks of it, they aren't really switching off yet, but they're going to have a kind of longer range composition versus a really close range composition. We see the Mei, and I think that's a really interesting pick on these maps, especially if you are going to get caught out in some of those chokes there by that wall, but also we're seeing the Reinhardt come out from both these teams here, and that's an interesting tank choice.
Yeah, it's a Reinhardt duo here, and this is not normally what you see on this map. The two Reinhardts are a little bit not too common right now, but he did get tweaked a little recently. He got some changes to his Earth Shatter and his overall kit, and that could potentially be the reason that we see him coming out now. Immortality Field for Stefan Biso, but Icy Cold falls to his death, and that's going to be one Reinhardt down for Clark Red. Console will end up falling in turn. Evo able to trade that one out. Both teams now with no tank, but we're also seeing the May Mirror come out now, and Evo going to get sent down into the pit. One Trick finding that critical pick, and now it's looking like this could be a cap for SNHU, but they have to try and keep Demo off the point right now, especially with Icy Cold coming back right now. Pepto's really going to be on this side angle trying to pressure them as hard as he can. Does have a slight wall in his way, but SNHU are able to capture the hill and start to build up some percentage.
Yeah, these brawl comps fit really well into these compositions, and when you're in those brawl comps, you have to stand strong as 5. And when Lucio just comes around these, choke points here, or that Maywall comes out, right? It's such a impactful point in the match there. And Icy Cold playing console move there. Unluckily, his turn will fall off. Icy Cold contesting the point now.
Seen a lot of people fall off here, and that might be kind of how things go, especially with the double Lucia running around and also knocking people around. It can be very difficult to keep track of your footing there. Clark Red are going to be able to flip the hill, start to build up some percentage of their own Sapphire, making it about 1/3 of the way. A pretty strong hold, but we're really seeing how these Mays are able to dictate the tempo of Reinhardt here. Really able to just box him in if he gets into a sticky situation here. An Amplification Matrix from Biso, going to try and open things up, but an Earth Shatter from Icy Cold. Unfortunately, he won't live to see the end of it. Amp Matrix from Clark Red comes out as well, but the Blizzard could potentially shut down SNHU's push. It's a 4K, soon to be a 5K, a complete team kill for Clark Red.
Yeah, what a perfect place to put your Blizzard there, right in that corner there. It's an excellent chokehold there from Evo. I don't think we're going to see a better Blizzard than that tonight. But I think it was meant to be used in tandem with that Earth Shatter there. But despite that, SNHU has 3 ultimates built up here for this next fight here, and they're going around long, kind of switching places here for a close quarters encounter here, and there's both walls. Icy Cold caught in the middle here. The Earth Shatter goes up on this support here, gonna find that piece, and that is big. The Death Blossom gets shut down there by Pepto. Triple headshot is just going to take him out real quick, and that secures the point there for SNHU.
It is a miracle that no one on SNHU died right there. That was a very, very frantic and scrambly fight. And surprisingly, all 5 of them came out alive. Clark Red, unfortunately, ate quite a lot of ultimates right there. 2 big ones, and Sapphire had to pop the Earth Shatter, the Blizzard, the Beat, everything to try and keep their team alive. Yeah. Clark Red aren't that far behind in terms of ult economy, though. They're roughly keeping pace.
Yeah, Clark really tried to fight back there and secure their lead. Did not want to let go of that, but that pin is going to take him very far out of that fight there. Constantine fighting back, but Siren gets zoned off here. It's going to be a little hard to contest this point now. SNHU might have to just back off this one.
Yeah, Clark Red in a strong way right now, and you can really get a feeling for how much these sightlines impact this map. This completely enclosed space is so punishing and unforgiving for members of either team when they get caught out or get isolated from the rest of their team. Those walls come up from the maze, and they're just completely able to separate them off from the rest of their team, and there's not much you can do. Like this, Icy Cold shut off, but the same exact thing happens to SNHU, and now both of them are locked in here. Immortality Field forced out from Biso will go down. One trick console noob. Pepto, Siren, 1 by 1. SNHU fall. It's another team kill. That's our 3rd or 4th team kill so far in just this round, and Clark Red are looking to close off the round here. Low spawn hold. SNHU unfortunately can't make it to the point in time.
Yeah, those Blizzards just popping off from Evo, going to get so much value out of those really close quarter holds there. But that's the beautiful thing about Nepal here, is that not every single map is really like that. For example, we got this map next, which I don't really think you can, play the same way with a Brawl comp on compared to that really indoors, closed-in playstyle that the last map had.
Well, it's going to be really different. Even if you do play the same team composition, the way you play it has to be so different here, because there's really one big choke point that gets you up onto the hill, and that's going to be that main staircase. That's going to be really big for May to actually be able to try and lock that down and really secure that area here. We are going to see the teleport out, and Pepto actually sticking on the Symmetra as he goes in here. This could potentially be a really big deal as they start to move in here, and he's already getting that ramping damage out. Did eat a lot of damage right there, but getting healed right back up. Very important that he did not die in that opening team fight.
Right, those turrets got taken out pretty quickly there, but it isn't really going to matter. He's still getting that ramping damage. Pepto finding Evo already. Icy Cold zoned out from his team here. The Immortality Field comes out, and Icy Cold looking for a one-on-one is going to try to find that there. Doesn't really get it, though, that teleporter getting him back to safety as the point on Caps here. That's going to be the first point there for SNHU.
If Icy Cold didn't die when he did, I think Constantine would have gone straight off the edge, and that would have really changed that team fight there. Very, very good communication and awareness from Sapphire there to really be able to shut him down. We're seeing Clark Red switch over to that Pharaoh. We could potentially see the Pharmacy come out as a reaction, and we do as Demo switches over. Trying to deal with this could be difficult for Sapphire right now on the Symmetra and the May. It's going to be very hard for them to reach that high up. There is a ceiling above them, but they're really going to have to rely on that.
Yeah, 100% Hero Siren going in their Ice Cube there. The wall is out here. They have the hit scan to deal with it, but it's very easy to hide behind these pillars here. When you're Pharah there, and you use that boop to try to get out of there. And another thing they're they're sacrificing here is they're going to have to use that Mercy, which Mercy, good support and all. I don't think it compares to Lucio, right?
And we're seeing the immediate effects of that in that the tail end of that last team fight where SNHU, they saw the Pharah Mercy and they said, okay, we're just going to walk on your front line and kill him. There's only 3 people there. The Mercy can't really drop down at the moment's notice, and Teleporter from Pepto could get behind the entire team right now, trying to lock them off. The barrier comes up. It's going to be Jelly being up on the chopping block. He gets taken out. Osiren will end up falling in the back line, though. Pepto on the ground, see if he's able to get away. Won't be able to. It's 3 kills for Clark Red. 4th as a barrage comes out from Chromodon, and Icy Cold is going to be able to finish off one trick there. A great hold from Sapphire, got it to 70%, but Clark Red with a team kill, a really strong team fight, gives them control.
Yeah, that I feel like when you're in these Brawl comps, you really got to play as 5, like I said before. And when you got the Pharah Mercy, you kind of separate yourself into 2 parties here. But I feel like that whole fight was just a little bit disconnected there from SNHU. And a lot of damage coming out there on that shield is going to force them to take cover in this cubby down here from the rocket barrage from above.
Yeah, they had to use Immortality Field as well. It's coming back up soon, but Biso is going to end up going down. So will Pepto. Osiren is going to end up falling soon. One trick console noob. It's another team kill from Clark Red. Once they sink their teeth in, it seems like they are just so good at finding these vulnerabilities time and time again.
Yeah, they are very good at exploiting these tiny little flaws in their plan that they see. And I think it's really coming up and biting them in the behind here. But they're coming back around on this right side here. Maybe a different approach here. Really have to deal with that Pharah Mercy there. And the window comes out. The B also going to get a lot of damage reduction there for SNHU. The Shatter, I think, hit one there. Icy Cold going to get stunned there. And the Blizzard offering a lot of protection here. But it might not be enough there. Osiren and Pepto both finding picks there. And the Pharah Mercy just have to hide and turtle behind this little cubby here, trying to get away to safety. They are barely going to get away, I think. Camo is going to fall there to Osiren.
Yeah, the moment they peek out of cover, they really got to worry about Cassidy. He is going to be able to just pin them down from a distance. SNHU taking that team fight. They had to invest a lot into it, though, especially that Blizzard. Seems to be really how these team fights live or die, which fortunately for SNHU, Clark Red don't have a Mei anymore. So no more Blizzards to worry about on that front.
Yeah, that Blizzard definitely did a big amount of damage to that Immortality Field, just barely saving Icy Cold there, but not for long. He is going to fall. Chromodon finding that ultimate, though, but Pepto has the Deadeye. It is such a close fight here. The wall comes out on 99. They have to stall him off here. The Mercy has the res ready, gets it off there, and it's just Chromodon left on the point here. Overtime ticking down.
He's not going to last long, but the Wrecking Ball on the way, unfortunately not going to make it. Clark Red taking this round down as SNHU find a way to bring this up 1-1, tying things out.
It's all tied up now. I can't wait for this next map now. I mean, this map especially, you go from like indoors to like kind of semi-indoors here. Now this map, all out. I mean, you still have that little cubby in the middle of the map that you have to play around.
But worth noting, that is not where you're going to see a lot of the fight on this map. It's going to be on the open high ground. It's going to be on that really, really dominant perch that you can get up on. We're not going to see a lot of fighting really around the hill, which they could try and take things in that direction with the double Reinhardt, with the Reinhardt mirror. Historically, not what you typically see on this map, though. And we are going to see them immediately teleporting in. It looks like they might just try and contest middle right away.
Yeah, it might just be that with the Reinhardt there. The double Symmetra mirror here. It's going to be a lot of damage here. Icy Cold taking so much from this ramping damage. It's just microwaving him there. The Immortality Field already coming out here. And the tracking is just going to be on point here. That wall is going to secure Icy Cold's death as well.
It is just so brutal. I mean, Reinhardt's shield cannot stay alive against that Symmetra beam for very long. You might think the tank is the very durable kind of frontliner of your team. In reality, I think Reinhardt's the most vulnerable person on this team composition, just because he has to really put himself in front of his entire team. We see Clark Red start to try and contest this high ground here. SNHU opting to maintain their low ground position, try and just get themselves entrenched in here, force Clark Red to push their way in. Which fortunately for them, Clark Red don't have a ton of ranged options, so they will be able to pick off one trick with that icicle from a distance. That's going to be an early pick, and that's going to be a big wall from Clark Red. Consul now cut off from his team. He's going to get taken out there. Biso not able to save him with that lamp. Pepto is getting in there, just trying to die as quickly as possible. SNHU doing a great job at resetting as fast as they can, but a great team fight from Clark Red is going to give them control of the hill.
Right, he almost took out Demo there, going 1-for-1, but it was mostly a reset there, and now Clark Red gonna play around the high ground here. I feel like this is kind of the goal of this World Comp going into this map, and they're looking for something sneaky here. It looks like all four or all five of them just sneaking up. They're gonna get that teleporter with the wall. And they're right on point.
They're right on the point. Yeah, the application matrix is completely blocked out by the barrier here from Pepto, and that is really, really big. SNHU will have their own, but a blizzard coming out from Clark Red tries to take him out. Demo's going to find a double kill there, and as Icicle continues to move forward there, will be able to take down Constanoob, and that is an Earth Shatter down for SNHU. Not able to find any value off of that, also losing that amp matrix and the barrier. We're going to see a pivot over to the Wrecking Ball.
Right, we're also going to see that Farrah Mercy and Tracer just kind of more of a disconnected, pick them off here. I feel like they're a little bit too strong as 5 in this World Comp. And also, we're going to see Biso on the Zen. We haven't really seen that a lot, and I feel like his Zen is just so cracked here.
Yeah, the whole Pepto just getting picked off right there. That is so unfortunate. Just gets his head taken off by Evo, and now that's going to be a player down. SNHU will be able to pick off one. Siren finding Mr. Jellybean there, trying to get up high, trying to get away from this very grounded offense from Clark Red. The wall going up will separate from Constantine, but it's too late for him. He's already down. Now, SNHU just trying to find some ult charge out here. Osiren playing very, very forward. Not quite able to do too much here as he waits for his team to regroup.
Yeah, Evo is doing wonders here in that close quarters. I feel like he definitely slows down the Wrecking Ball, right? With his left click.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really play around that. But there's the contest. Evo taking Pepto out there.
Constantinoop's going to end up going down again to Chromodon and Icy Cold there, teaming up. The beat comes out from Clark Red. Demo keeping his team alive, and SNHU, as they fall one by one, the Blizzard comes out from Evo just to secure the win on this point. Clark Red, 2-1, taking Nepal. A really strong showing from them.
Yeah, that's their first map there that they're going to take 1-0 here against SNHU. And I feel like this is kind of how it went last time, right? Like, both teams very, very smart, right? So they have the ability to adapt to each other here, and that's probably what we're going to see going forth throughout this set here, is a lot of adaptation to how the other team is playing.
Yeah, and I mean, if the best of 3 set is anything to worry about, or if it's anything to look out and see how it influences this, the control and the hybrid are where Clark Red got the advantage that they did in that 2-1. It's really when you get to the third map there that things become a big deal. So, I mean, historically, this is, I think, a point towards your prediction with the dinosaurs, right? Clark Red took the first map, right? And now Crystal Ball, don't worry, they might take the second map, but if everything is to go as it did before, SNHU, 3, 4, 5, they take those maps.
It's in the script.
It's in the script. I have the entire thing right here.
Right.
So just I guess, spoiler warning. That's how tonight's going to go.
Yeah. But while we wait for this next map, it's loser's pick, so SNHU does get their pick here. We are going to take a quick break and let you guys take a little rest from what just happened here.
We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back. As we just come out of map 1 there. Nepal, Clark Red are able to take the lead here, but we're ready to get into our map overview for our next upcoming map. Let's take a look at our hybrid map of the night in round 2.
Kings Row, okay. I like the looks of that. Good looks for both teams last map, but Kings Row, I feel like SNHU has a really strong Kings Row.
Yeah, but the thing to be concerned about here is last map we did see the double Reinhardt, the mirror Reinhardt from both sides. So that we're likely, we could see the exact same thing come out here. And that's really where you're going to see similar team compositions start to come out, which means SNHU are going to need to really find a way to break through this.
Well, we just said, let's run it back. We can do it better again.
Yeah. They're trying to take another swing at it here.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see another Brawl. Well, Brawl Comp is a little bit slow sometimes. Can't say I'm like very excited to see the Brawl Comp, but
it's like a chess match. I'm excited to watch a chess match.
I'm excited to watch the chess match. I'm interested to see if they're going to switch it up if these Mays get picked again, right?
Yeah.
The Mays were really interesting picks. I think they're very viable, right? Like pretty high up there in the meta, especially if you can hit those icicles like we saw. Can just instantly shut down some characters like Tracer or other things, but I like the look of Cassidy because he doesn't get one shot, right? He can take an icicle ahead and live.
He's pretty durable for a hit scan DPS, so he's definitely got some staying power in that matter, but we're seeing very similar team compositions here. The one big difference for Clark Red, this Widowmaker I expect to only see for the first 10 seconds or so of the match, but the Moira is interesting. With the Reaper, it makes a bit of sense to me. I understand that. Especially if you're pushing into a defensive brawl composition, Reaper can really make quick work of a defending Reinhardt. The Moira is really, really interesting, and we don't see that too often.
Yeah, and the Widow not really showing their face there. I wonder if they're looking... Oh.
Interesting start for this Widow. Maybe looking to hold on to this for a little bit longer. Normally you see the Widowmaker just poke out of that top window and try and find an opening pick, but I think identifying the brawl composition, they realize that's not really going to work for them here, and that's also could be a weakness for snipers in general here, as that Reinhardt shield is really going to obstruct a lot of sightlines.
Yeah, especially with all 4 of them behind that there. It's going to be very hard to find your shots here. And looking for a better position here, they're just going to get chunked out here. And Icy Cold, kind of disconnected, is going to be able to get on the point, though, with his Reaper here. Reaper going to do a lot of damage to that shield, and he can't really hold it up that much, but looking for a flank, it looks like one's going around here from SNHU. Looking for something, the Lucio just trying to bully the Widowmaker as well.
Yeah, really important that he gets in on that backline and just tries to disrupt them as much as possible. It's going to be very hard for Evo to really take down one trick in that close range distance. Ant Matrix comes out. Evo not behind it, a little bit isolated from the team here. Console Noob does have Earth Shatter ready. Will hit it right into the shield. Unfortunately, not going to go through as Clark Red just control the sightline here as they go inside. We're going to get behind the point. This is a very interesting way to try to take this space right here and could be dangerous for SNHU if they don't find a way to get them down from there quickly.
Yeah, they do kind of have the high ground there, and they did manage to regroup here, except for the Mei. If they can just turn on the Mei and find someone, but now they're kind of disconnected. They have one person behind them and the rest of them in front of them. Icy Cold, it is going to take out Console Noob there, and a Pepto falling shortly after. That is a Blizzard out from Pepto.
We'll be able to stabilize a little bit, right? But not too much as Clark Reds continue to come. Siren trying to get back inside. We'll be able to delay for as long as possible, but too little, too late. Clark Red have already captured the point and are beginning to push the payload here. Sapphire pulling back a little bit, trying to hold around this corner. We'll see as Clark Red continue to approach, playing very, very forward. Sapphire have to find an opening here.
Yes, Sapphire really has to pick a point here to kind of just hunker down and really play defense. With all of Clark kind of playing so forward here, I'm surprised that they aren't being a little bit more courageous and taking more ground here right now, but we've seen it before, and there's one person on the point, so they would be fighting at a little bit of an advantage, but as the cart approaches closer and closer, it becomes easier to just regroup here. And there's the
Deadeye takes down Evo there, but Constantine and Pepto are going to end up getting traded out. Biso's lamp goes down, and Sapphire try and retreat as quickly as possible, but Osiren is going to unfortunately be left behind. He cannot keep up with the rest of the team, and now just continue to delay them for as long as possible, but it's just going to end up being a stagger there as he gets isolated. Sapphire now has to worry about Clark Red making their way up right against the second point here. This is where things get to be a little bit dangerous for the overall state of the game. Sapphire need to find a win here somehow. They've got 2 ultimates up. Could potentially try and swing the fight.
Yeah, they really could, but I don't like the look of this window here, and there it goes. It comes out right now. It's going to try to force them to just back off of this point here. A lot of damage coming out, but they do go for this contest, and they make it up there.
Oh,
the beat comes out from Clark.
Shatter from Constantine isn't going to find anything, but Icy Cold going in will be able to take down Pepto and Constantine. Beat comes out from one trick, but unfortunately 2 are already dead for Sapphire. Icy Cold trying to get in with the rest of his team. The Blizzard comes out. Osiren's able to find one. Now Ice blocked, trying to stay alive in the background, but unfortunately Sapphire are going to have to concede the second point right here as Biso is going to end up falling. So will Osiren. Clark Red cleaning up here as they push on to final. 4 minutes in the time bank. That is a lot of time to try and stay alive here.
Yeah, they really got to hold this for most of the match here. And we see Chromodon up here looking for that Death Blossom in case they do really get too forward here. And he could just jump down. I think they might have spotted him out there.
Yeah, I saw the ping come out. Pepto might be looking to go up and try and counter it. A good boop comes through to try and slow him down, but still right in the middle of the entire team. Constanoob is still able to take him down, though, and a good lamp from Biso will protect his team. Unfortunately, both lamps are down for both teams, so no more second chances. They continue to push forward. Icy Cold is going to go down as Biso finds that kill. Constanoob trying to just drop in, get in on the backline. Evo's going to fall. So will Jellybean. So will Demo. It's effectively a team kill, and we're going to see a pivot off of the Reaper over to Junkrat.
Yeah, that's a good start here for this hold here. They do have to hold 3 more minutes, but if they keep up that good work, that could result in a good amount of time here just holding there. They have the Ice Blizzard there. Icy Cold is just held so short there, and the Shatter inside of the Blizzard is just going to destroy the rest of Clark here. That's going to be a team kill for SNHU.
Great 2 team fights back-to-back for Sapphire. That is exactly what you want to see when 4 minutes are on the clock. 2 incredibly decisive team fights. Clark Red now beginning to push their way up. They've got 3 ultimates of their own they've been holding on to. Sapphire just used a bunch. Clark Red might finally have a chance to get his say in, but the Death Blossom comes out for Pepto, and he finds 3. Now Icy Cold up next. Evo on the run, but can't quite get away. Stuck in front of Spawn. Not going to be able to escape. It's another team kill as Sapphire win their 3rd team fight in a row. They are getting incredible mileage out of these ultimates.
Yeah, these are just taking them so far here, but looking at Clark Red's economy, they really just got to slow it down a little bit. They've been getting antsy, losing team fight after team fight, but they have 3 ultimates now. If they all, put them together here, it could be devastating here for SNHU.
This Earth Shatter could potentially make the difference here if Constanoob isn't able to block this, but the Blizzard coming out could be a problem with Constanoob down. They are wide open for that Shatter, and it comes through. It's going to put Pepto down. He will get finished off there by Evo. Sapphire now 2 down, 3 down as Osiren falls. Constanoob back alive, trying to get back to the front line as quick as possible. They got to deal with the Junkrat spam through this doorway. Clark Red are closing in on the finish line. One Trick alive, trying to boost them in. See the Ant Matrix come out as well, but it's a double kill from Icy Cold there as he finds 2 with 1 fire strike through the Ant Matrix. Clark Red doing a great job of holding on. Osiren on the Junkrat will be able to take down Evo, but 2 kills from Clark Red are going to take down both of Sapphire's DPS. Constanoob with an Earth Shatter is trying to force them off, but will be able to get a little bit of extra time for his team. Biso's lamp is going to go down, and Constanoob is going to fall after that. Clark Red finally push it in all the way with 1 minute left on the clock. What a push.
Yeah, that was such a good push there from Clark, but SNHU did a really good job of holding towards the end there, making it, pretty, if they manage to push this on to 3rd point with just overtime left, it's only 2 seconds that Clark has over SNHU in the overtime push there. So I feel like they did a really good job of stunting their push that they tried to make there during that 3rd push or the third point there after the second capture.
Yeah, they really just a super strong hold there, and exactly what you want to see out of Sapphire, but unfortunately not able to stop Clark from pushing it all the way. Did take a big chunk out of their time bank, like you mentioned, and that could potentially be what matters here. If Sapphire are able to push this in all the way, that 1 minute left on Clark Red's bank could make all the difference in terms of how much time they burnt off here. For Sapphire, that could potentially be an investment into their future, but they have to be able to go all the way. If they don't make it all the way, then time bank does not matter at all.
Right, yeah. So they really got to, put the pedal to the metal here in this last, or this map here, the second point of the map. But I really like the look of their team comp right now, and I'm wondering if they're really going to lock in this Widow or not, especially like you said, into a Brawl comp. I feel like it doesn't really have as much space to work with as it Widow pick normally would like there, and we are going to see the switch off of that onto the Torbjorn, another interesting pick.
Continuing to just run in right now, trying to get as much damage as he can on this speed boost. Clark Red very clumped up right now around this corner. Lamp comes out from Sapphire, trying to keep the team alive, but Osiren's going to end up falling to Chromodon there as that Reaper is able to find the kill. Sapphire trying to just get a foothold here, but are forced to fall back to the choke point. Biso's going to fall to Evo there, and Icy Cold just charging right in, going to be able to get right back out as Constanoob falls. Sapphire pushed back. Still a few survivors, but have to wait for their team to regroup before they get another chance.
Yeah, what a good fight there from Clark and SNHU. SNHU just got a little bit too aggressive there towards the beginning. You really got to play give and take here with these Brawl comps, and it could result in, just a minor misstep, and that's really all it takes, because if you're not playing as 5, you're really going to be lacking against the other Brawl comp here, and Icy Cold is going to get caught out there. Biso ending up picking him off there. The Immortality Field goes down, but it won't be enough. It is gone. Chromodon being forced to stay back to the Earthshatter, finding Evo. It's going to be a big pick there, as well as Chromodon falling, now looking for Demo. I don't know if they're going to be able to find him, but Jellybean is going to be caught in the crossfire there. What a huge amount of picks here.
Oh no, Icy Cold. He's caught out right now. That's going to be another stagger coming out. Clark Red going to have a little bit of a difficult time. Sapphire, I mean, they still have a lot of way to push. That stagger probably won't matter that much in the long run, but what an opening onto that point from Sapphire there. That was an incredible wall that was able to wall off Icy Cold and Chromodon there, and they just were not able to withstand or react fast enough to the amount of sheer damage that Sapphire was putting out right there. Just melted them completely, giving Sapphire the point here. They're going to start to make their push onto the second point here as they get up to this corner, but you got to worry about Pepto. Look at where he is right now. He's above the entire team, and he's got a Death Blossom ready. He goes to drop in. He does get booped back, but going to be able to take down Evo. The lamp goes down. Jellybean not going to be able to keep his team alive any longer, but Constantine will end up falling. It's up to the rest of Sapphire's DPS. One Trick does have a beat ready if they need it. The Amp Matrix goes down from Sapphire, from Biso, to try and get some extra damage out, and it will turn out well for them as Sapphire continue to just power through. Jellybean trying to reset as quickly as possible. It's another successful team fight for Sapphire.
Yeah, what a beautiful team fight there from SNHU, really playing around Pepto, coming all the way around there with that Death Blossom, really ready for that as well. And Icy Cold is going to be picked off there very early by Pepto. Another stagger. They're going to try to push up here with their lead that they have. Pepto is going to get picked off there. They're going to have to play a little bit back here, just push the cart as far as they can here. But Constantine just dashing in there. Oh, Siren finding 2 picks there already.
Very, very far forward there. He will be able to get back to his team. Constantine getting away home free. For Clark Red, the big issue for them really seems to be just a little bit of overextension there. Playing a little bit too reckless is really opening them up and allowing Pepto and Osiren to get in behind the shield and start to do some serious damage here. Speaking of Osiren, we could see this Blizzard come out soon, as well as an Earthshatter that pops up. Lamp forced out. Blizzard from Osiren will start to get onto the field, start to do some damage. Demo's going to go down. So will Jellybean. Frozen solid. Icy Cold's going to go down. Evo as well. It's just Chromodon. He does get the Death Blossom out. He does kill 3. He will not be able to stay alive much longer. Sapphire now looking to try and push it all the way, and they will be able to. Look at the difference on the time bank right now.
That was such an impressive comeback there from SNHU, making up that 3-minute difference there in time against Clark during this overtime push.
I mean, when SNHU find a good team fight, they find a good team fight, right?
Yeah.
They are making so much value out of these ultimates and consistently, winning team fights just with 1 or 2 ultimates, whereas Clark Red, a lot of the time, you're seeing them have to put down 2 to 3 ultimates to really be able to push through a lot of these team fights. It's a really, really scary situation when you see Sapphire just locate exactly the weak point and exactly the ultimate they need to break through it. And especially with some very powerful ultimates like Earth Shatter, like Blizzard, they can just blow through your entire team in one interaction.
Yeah, and when you really look for that value on your ultimate and you find it, that is really what makes it count there, because anyone can really just hit one person with the Earth Shatter.
Yeah.
Right? It matters more when you find that 4-man, 5-man Earth Shatter, or a Blizzard that just takes out 4 people there, gets them all frozen. That is the kind of ultimates that we have been seeing from SNHU here. But Clark is really going to have to step up during their attack here. They only have 1 minute and 2 seconds compared to SNHU's 4 minute and 16 seconds. There's no refunds on the overtime push here.
Yeah, they are not going to get any extensions at all. They have got just the fumes left in the tank to try and take them all the way as far as they can get. Sapphire are working on a lot more time, but they need to burn as much as they can off of Clark Red before they're able to go too far or even capture this first point. Icicle does get walled off there, but Clark Red are very quick to be able to bust that wall down and reunite with their tank.
Yeah, I like the adaptation that they've been making towards these walls here and really focusing on them once they go down. That is an immortality field there to try to keep Consul Noob alive. He is on 1 health and he will end up falling there. Another pick going out on Biso there, and Pepto trading back with Evo. But I don't know if that is going to be enough. Trying to find Chroma off that wall from Osiren, just barely keeping him between him and Clark is not going to hold there. Icy Cold will find him there.
Burning as much time as he can. Hey, who's to say if that could make all the difference in the end? Clark Red will be able to push through the first point, but they are out of time. They're going to be on the clock for the rest of this. They cannot leave the cart at all. Otherwise, their overtime push is cut short.
Right? They have just a little bit of time after stepping off the point to, retouch the point here, or else that timer, right, it gets shorter and shorter the longer you stay in this overtime. So you got to be very, very delicate here with your push, and you have to be playing around the cart, or else, that's it. And Icy Cold actually gonna find Biso, Pepto falling to Evo. Those are 2 big picks there. Chromodon is gonna get chunked out there by Osiren. The immortality field does come out here.
Look at the Blizzard, though. If he gets the Blizzard out, he's going to get nuked. He needs the rest of his team with him. But this Blizzard from Osiren, if he puts that on the cart, Clark Red have a choice. They either step off the cart and lose overtime, or stay on it, get frozen, and likely die.
Yeah.
That is a really strong overtime ultimate that Osiren has. He just has to find the opportunity to use it here, and unfortunately, that was not it.
Yeah, but I mean, next time you really step up here with your full team, as long as you're all committed together, it could be, make or break here with that Blizzard ultimate. But looking at Clark Red's charge, Evo almost has there. The Earth Shatter coming out from Icy Cold is going to be a big one there. Finding 2. That is some big picks. And there's the Blizzard. The overtime's ticking. And it gets it.
That's it. Force them off the cart right there. The Blizzard coming through is so scary. Icy Cold hopping around on the flank. Earth Shattered like the entire team. Osiren gets back up, kept alive by the immortality field from Biso. Is able to get the Blizzard out, forces Clark Red off the cart, and kills those that stay. A great overtime hold from Sapphire, and now they've got 4 minutes to make their victory lap here. Note, this could still go to Clark Red, right? 4 minutes is a lot of time, but they have to get as far as Clark Red. They've got a lot more time to do it, but you really, really got to worry about how strong Clark Red's holds have been. If Sapphire, historically in this set, we look in the first game and earlier in this game, Sapphire really need that sort of golden ticket into these team fights. They need to find these big opening opportunities, and if Clark Red doesn't serve those up, it could be really difficult for them to get in here.
Right, and we've seen it before. Once Sapphire gets going, their runaway train, it's really hard to stop them there. So if they are able to really push their lead here after getting that first point there, they could take most of the distance that they need with only 4 minutes and 16 seconds. So we're not really even accounting for overtime, but we're going to have to see those big ultimates first in order to get that leverage there against Clark Red.
See, now as we get ready to start off here, SNHU looking to just try and get some vision here, trying to look in, see exactly what's going on. Especially the scouting from Osiren, he's going to immediately teleport back, switch his composition around. They're looking to try and get through this in one clean hit, trying to get exactly Clark Red's composition down and exactly what they need to get through it. Sapphire holding here around the opening. We'll be able to wall it off, take a lot of space here, and Pepto coming in from behind, a little bit unexpected, has the entire team with him, and they're now completely behind Clark Red. This is a very interesting way to take this point, one that we have not seen yet. Immortality Field forced out from Clark Red will go down. Biso still holding on to his, gives Sapphire a lot of leverage here to really start to play their game, and that's 2 kills. Evo Icy Cold go down, so does Chromadon, just 2 left, and it's the supports as Demo and Jellybean fall. Sapphire are going to be able to capture the first point here with a team kill and get this cart moving.
Yeah, and with only the first minute on the clock, too, is going to be so much time left that they have. It's basically just a regular push here to point 2 in order to take the map against Clark Red. They've really got to work with this time, though, and I like the way that they were using it in the beginning with that scouting technique there, but you got to be very, very delicate with how you use your time now.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very scary for Clark Red here. The Ant Matrix coming up, but Biso gets picked off immediately as Evo finds a second kill onto Pepta right there with an Ant Matrix of his own. Those Cassidy headshots through Amp are nothing to laugh about right now as he continues to put out damage. Console Noob on the brink of death is going to be able to link back up with his team. Sapphire still have 2.5 minutes left on the clock. They've got to go more than half of the way to actually be able to finish off this push. And Clark Red, look at how aggressive they're holding. Sapphire going to drop down right behind them. And now in the middle of them as the Blizzard comes out. Immortality Field trying to keep them up inside the hotel. Evo will be able to take down Osiren. The Deadeye comes out from him. And Immortality Field stops him from finding anything as Icy Cold goes down. Demo goes down. Chromadon goes down. Evo goes down. Jellybean goes down. It's a team kill.
What a big play there from Stu going up and around those rafters here. You can't hold that far up on that point there because that's exactly why. They're just going to take the long way around there and come up behind you with a blizzard.
Yeah, that was a really smart awareness from Sapphire. They're able to just drop down on top of them and put them into a corner, quickly push them in with that blizzard. Really, really effective. And speaking of really effective, look at exactly what Pepto's kind of cooking up here. He will jump down, will get pooped back, but he lands right on top of Icy Cold. Won't be able to find anything with that Death Blossom, but the beat comes out from Montrick to try and keep his team alive. Unfortunately, won't hit Console Noob, but the rest of the team are bolstered. Immortality Field from Jellybean will end up going down as Console Noob forced to fall back, retreating with the rest of his team back to some hard cover as they wait for another opening.
Yeah, they're just going to regroup here and heal back up, taking the left way around here, actually. It's going to be another way to approach here. The wall does go down, and the Blizzard trying to stop him, though, but Icy Cold is taking so much damage from that window. Pepto will go down a little bit early there, and Evo will find him. But that's just one pick from both teams here. It is going to be pretty even fight here, and Osiren looking a little bit low is not going to mean much. Or Chromadon goes into the ice block there. The rest of the team kind of disconnected here.
Ooh.
But on this half of the fight, Osiren will be able to take out Evo, and Icy Cold looking
another
low.
Blizzard.
The Blizzard coming out again.
Exactly the same way that first round ended. Demo coming in now won't even be able to make it as Sapphire push all the way through. Those clutch blizzards are so good for those overtime pushes, and that is exactly why you're seeing May tonight.
Right, that May pick is just going to be so vital for those overtimes there. And we saw Osiren just use it to the maximum potential on both of those pushes, ending exactly the same way, just like you said.
Unfortunately, it is a little bit different than what the script projected that we were talking about at the beginning of the night. We were expecting, the first 2 games go to Clark Red, and then Sapphire continue to push their way through the final 3, but now things are all tied up as we get through Hybrid. Sapphire are hitting back much harder than they were in the preseason.
Right, yeah, it's, cut down one game here, I don't know where that game went because the script says 2-1.
Yeah, that is interesting. Maybe there was a last minute change that just didn't make its way in here. But
yeah, I don't know.
I think I like what's cooking up out here right now even more because
Let 'em
this
cook.
is a really great game that's starting to pop up, and you can tell, you could definitely hear it through our microphones, the amount that Sapphire were screaming in that last match.
100%.
They are screaming right now as they walk over, trying to, I think, probably getting a water or something, looking to calm down a little bit. But what a game to come out right there. Really, really incredible.
Very, very beautiful game from Sapphire there. And what a way to, tie things up here tonight. But it's not over yet.
Not at all. We still have the rest of this set in front of us, so still a lot of way to go in the rest of this. We are going to throw it over to a quick break while we get ready to get into our third game. So we'll see you back here in just a little bit. Hello and welcome back to SNHU Esports. We come out of our second map of the night, Kings Row, an upset going in the favor of Sapphire, not expected after the preseason match. Clark Red took Hybrid last time, and this time it was Sapphire. A really crazy play happening.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see what Clark is going to pick to step back here, because it's their pick now for third map. And this is a really interesting one because after you take this one, you're going to push.
Yes, and push is very, very unforgiving. So let's go ahead and take a look at our map overview coming up here. What is our third map of the night? It's Junkertown?
Junkertown, okay. I wonder if we're going to see things changed up here. We're probably going to see Sojourn.
Yeah, and also, Reinhardt is not usually the most popular tank on this map. Usually see some other stuff like Sigma is a really popular tank here. But another thing to be said about Junkertown is snipers are in a really good spot right now. And Junkertown is a fantastic sniper map. There is a ton of sightlines, so we're probably going to see the Widowmaker come out on both sides, and it's going to be a very, very volatile match with those just instant one-shot kills coming out.
Yeah, and we're probably going to see the Junker Queen because she's the queen.
You would think, right? It would only make sense to see the Junker Queen on Junkertown.
Right?
And
right,
she's
guys?
really good, right? I think a lot of people pick her for, let's throw the game real quick. Let's go.
Not in the script?
No, I don't see Junker Queen in here anywhere. Don't. She's away on vacation right now from Junkertown. So we'll get to see who is ruling in her place in just a few seconds. We get ready to look at our team compositions. I'm gonna say not Reinhardt. Yep, it's Sigma.
Yep, it's Sigma. Yep, you got to cover this double snipers there. But we're gonna see Pepto on the Tracer here. It's going to be able to, disrupt the backline here, not let the snipers really play the game that they want to. But I feel like these teams are coordinated enough to really, stop that from happening.
Yeah, and looking at Clark Red's composition here, we do get to see, I mean, we projected the Widowmakers. The Ashe is almost just as good, that hybrid sniper kind of role, very similar to like Hanzo, is going to be really, really good in this map and in these sightlines, holding down a lot of this space. So we'll get to see, as the gates open up, how this match pans out. Game number 3, Junkertown, Sapphire versus Clark Red. Let's see what's going on here as they come on out.
Yeah, that shield taking a lot of damage already from that sniper Evo, dealing a lot of damage. And I think they have Pepto spotted out here, but he's just waiting for an opportunity now.
You gotta be scared if you're Biso right now. Zenyatta is such a immobile target, and he is so squishy that these snipers are gonna eat him up for dinner if he doesn't try to stay behind some hard cover. And that's why you see him playing so far back. Normally you see the Zenyatta very much forward, getting those discords out. He is just kind of peeking out, getting the discord, going right back into cover, not trying to keep himself out for any longer than he has to. With Widowmaker off to the side here, could potentially see himself enter sightlines very soon, but Evo is actually going to win out that Widowmaker duel against Osiren, taking him down. Constantine now trying to just control some space here around the cart, but Clark Red are doing a great job playing around this hard cover and pushing forward. A good rock is going to knock Constantine down. We'll be able to fire one right back, just looking at each other now, getting into a staring match, but as SNHU hold on around this corner, Biso is going to be able to hit back against that sniper. Evo goes down, so does Demo. One trick finds Jellybean. Things are turning up great for SNHU right now.
Yeah, that is 3 players down there from Clark. Sorry, I spaced out there for a second. But that's going to be some good picks there from SNHU, and really going to shut down Clark's push here. I really like the way that One Trick and Bisa are playing around, whether Evo is on the map or has a sightline or not, because they're only out of cover and right next to Console Noob if they have to be, right? So they're really playing in the sightline of just, is Console Noob on my screen right now and can I heal him? That's a big stick there from Pepto.
The Immortality Field's going
to block it though.
Constantine on the high ground here, just trying to rain down on the people below him. Getting close to getting Flux, much ahead of pace than Icy Cold here. So we got a big opportunity coming up now. as they all group up around here, and he's going to pop Flux. Start to see this coming out. We'll be able to pick up 2. Not going to be able to kill either, but just be able to get some damage out. Unfortunately, sightlines didn't quite work out there, and the rest of the team wasn't really able to shoot them as they were sent up into the air. So trying to just push forward here, trying to be very, very guarded at these angles. You know, he is keeping tabs on exactly where Evo is at all times. So Siren is able to dispatch of her, and that means that Biso is going to have a lot more free reign, and the rest of the team to just continue to play forward here. We see Pepto right in the middle of everything here as he continues to just shred into this room full of enemies. Console Noob with the shield trying to just block them in here. This is an awkward spot for them to be in, but they are pretty guarded in here from the outside. They just have to worry about SNHU sitting in front of these doors and spamming on in. Evo could be in a dangerous spot right in front of Tracer. Will be able to get up high, but he is so low right now. A big flux, but Transcendence from Biso is going to be able to counter it as Icicle trying to get in the middle of things, but a Discord going to chunk his health down.
Yeah, that's a big rock there. Eaten by Icy Cold there, and Console Noob's looking pretty low now, but Pepto's still shredding through the backline here. Going to try to get that contest, but they will be able to capture that first point with 35 seconds on the clock there, and they get a good amount of extension.
I'm surprised to see that they still have so much time in the time bank, because that first point felt much longer than it actually was. A very, very kind of stalematy team fight breaking out there.
Yeah, that was definitely like the longest first point Junkertown I've ever seen. Mostly because my Junkertowns go like 15 seconds on the first point.
Yeah, it is. You usually see teams really just blow through there super quickly. Once the defense kind of buckles, it's going to be really simple to just get in there, which is the case for a lot of first points. But Pepto switching over to the Hanzo now as we see the double sniper come into its true form here for Sapphire. We'll be able to get some extra damage out there, and the Widowmaker duel continuing on, but Icy Cold's going to take it up. Pepto finds Chromanon, Evo goes down. Icy Cold will get res there by Demo, but look at Sapphire pressing the advantage and hopping on up to take the fight to Clark.
Yeah, that was such a good pick there from both of them. That headshot is just priceless on Hanzo there. It's going to be just so much value, and like as much as people like want to say it's like luck, it's 100% skill. You
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100% skill. But that is such a condensed corridor there would be a perfect spot. Pepto looking for some shots here as people just fly by him down that corridor.
This is a scary spot to be in when Console Noob has Flux. If he finds a good opportunity here, with how grouped up they are, he will pop it. He's going to get 2 of them, send them up into the air. Will be able to take down Chromadon there, trying to find the rest. Pepto going back on the offensive as Immortality Field goes down from Jelly being Console Noob is just continuing to stay right in their face. Valkyrie comes out from Demo, will be able to finish off that res, get Chromadon back up and into the action. Amplification Matrix forced out from Biso, trying to just force them back into cover. Icy Cold now getting chunked, trying to stay behind that wall. Biso's going to fall back, not going to continue to keep the pressure up there as Clark Red start to move the cart forward. Only a minute left.
Yeah, they don't have that much time here, and the cart really hasn't moved here. And Icy Cold in a really weird position here, might be caught out and staggered. But I think that rock would be blocked by that shield. It must have been. There is the ultimate coming out from Icy Cold. Will be able to find one trick, just surviving forever here.
And Console Noob's not going to last too much longer as Icy Cold continues to push forward here. We're seeing how the actual positioning from these teams hasn't changed too much. Clark Red are really staying up on that high ground for a long period of time. Siren's going to try and find an alternative angle here, trying to get some info in on the backline, try and find some opportunities to peek through, but with that shield up, he's going to be blocked off from really making too much of an impact from his current position. Cart's getting close to the checkpoint right now. SNHU are going to have to try and hold on to this. They have Transcendence, and Biso is going to pop it to try and contest right here. Amplification Matrix down. Got to be very careful. That Transcendence will keep him invincible, but it's going to be hard, and Clark Red step off of the cart.
That was such a C9 moment. What happened?
I didn't C9 here at SNHU Esports Arena. I'm honored to have them. I'm honored to have them, but Clark Red, just unfortunately, that happens so often. You always, the moment it happens, you're like, oh, I'm stupid. But it is a very, very common thing. Clark Red stepping off there, unfortunately cutting their push short, which is really sad because Sapphire I don't think they were going to push Clark Red actually off. I think Clark Red were in a pretty good spot right there.
Yeah, they definitely were in a winning situation. They're turning into a losing one. But I don't even think they ticked the overtime. Like, I think it just hit 0.
It just hit 0, and they weren't contesting. That was so unfortunate. Clark Red, we'll see if that minor mistake comes back to bite them here as Sapphire begin their push. Seeing a very similar team composition, the actual identical team composition of what they were running on defense here. The Widowmaker duel that's been happening has been really interesting here, but Clark Red don't look like they want to participate in it any longer. Not seeing any snipers from them at all.
Yeah, I think they're done with it. They're fed up.
It's over. Yeah. I don't really care anymore. The Widowmaker, it's gotten old. Whatever. We play Brigida now, and Sombra Tracer. Sapphire has the Tracer, but the Sombra and Brigida is very different and very interesting. It looks like they're really going to be looking to dive in with Icy Cold on the ball here. Look how hidden they are. They really do not want to reveal their team composition until it's too late. And the moment Icy Cold steps out, there's something weird is afoot right now as he goes to dive in. Will be able to just blow up Chromodon, throws a rock right at his head. Icy Cold ends up falling down here, and now things are going to be a little bit tricky for Clark Red with their tank out of the mix. Going to be a big opportunity for Sapphire to continue to push forward here and take up a lot of space.
They're taking up so much space here, and I think that's, one of the things you don't want to happen here with a Widowmaker on your team, because things like that will happen if Siren just finds more sightlines and took out Jellybean there. Another stagger is going to be big, and One Trick finding Demo. It's going to be hard for them to all regroup here. Sombra trying to find things here, and there's the ball, just swinging by saying hello.
Evo will get taken out there as Sapphire continue to close in on the choke point. They haven't really been slowed down yet, and that's something concerning here with how close they're coming up on this. This is a lot more like the Junkertowns we were talking about how fast you get through this first point here. They are already up against the door and starting to break their way in. Jellybean's going to go down as One Trick uses that Immortality Field. 3 quick kills for Sapphire. Take down Icy Cold and Demo alongside Chromodon falls on Evo as well. That's a team kill from SNHU as they break down that door and start their push into the town proper.
Yeah, they got so much time on the clock too compared to what Clark had, but I feel like the way that they're playing it, they could really contest a little bit longer here, but their composition is just so weird and wacky here.
Pepto taking this one-on-one. Mostly, I mean, this is old charge farming right now. He's not really in real danger right now. I'm not looking to commit too much here, but we're seeing Chromodon start to get in there on the Echo. A change that we haven't had too much time to talk about here, but he's really looking to try and get on that flank, get on the flyers, and really start to get some damage in here. Pepto forced to recall. He's going to fall back as Sapphire get up to the bend here. They're getting very close to where Clark Red made it, and they only have... Siren finding Chromodon there. There's still 4 minutes left on the clock. There's so much time left for Sapphire right now.
There's a bomb there from Demo. And Console Noob gonna find Jellybean. Evo also falling.
Oh, this is such a change of pace for this match so far. Clark Red, Sapphire is just blowing through their defense right now, and they're coming right up on final. Look at how forward they are. They do not even want them to see the cart right now. They have to push straight through Console Noob. Icy Cold will be able to. Well, the rest of the team, we'll see. Ant Matrix is up. One Trick trying to take the high ground on himself, but the Mindfield's going to take down Biso and lose that Immortality Field. As One Trick tries to stay up here, trying to keep his team alive. Console Noob just barely on the brink of death, will finally get taken down by Chromodon's beam there. Pepto falls. Their Siren is hiding behind cover. Could potentially backdoor this if they're not careful, but he's going to jump out right into the middle of the team, and now he's got everyone on him. He's alerted the Horde, and he is going to go down. Evo finding that kill. Clark Red stabilized things, but we'll see for how long.
Alerted the Horde.
They were all on him the moment he stepped out.
Yeah, they're a hive mind there. Just all working as a one. But that's something to say. Their communication is pretty on point here for both teams. We can hear the comms on SNHU side here are pretty on point here. And Pepto looking for that ult charge. That is a lot of people clumped up here. He could be looking for it. He's going to throw that bomb a little bit short there and go on to point there. Take that duel with Chromodon. It's going to be a little bit of damage. And the Transcendence does come out from Biso here. Is going to find a lot of value, and One Trick finding Demo is going to be another pick there, and Jellybean also falling. It's going to be 2 of their supports down there.
One Trick trying to stay alive. We'll be able to stabilize a little bit. Evo very low. Won't be able to get to the health back. Constant is able to take him out. Flux comes out, trying to just block them off. Icy Cold not affected by it, but doesn't have a lot of life left in him. We'll get Demo over here to try and keep him alive. We'll pick up the health kit, but just continuing to hemorrhage health as Demo gets pushed out of line of sight. He is still alive, trying to come back into the middle of things. Jellybean takes down Pepto, and that's a big pick on Sapphire's offense here. Ant Matrix comes up from One Trick, trying to keep his team alive, but Osiris going to get taken out. Console Noob just barely alive in the middle of things. This is exactly how the last team fight went, and for Clark Red, it's a very good thing to relive as they force Sapphire back again.
Yeah, that is going to be a good chunk of time out of SNHU's bank there. They have 1 minute and 35 seconds on the clock here to make that last couple inches of that push to the final destination there. But, it's kind of a weird composition coming out from Clark here, but it's working a little bit.
Yeah, they're doing a great job holding on here. They've been able to push Sapphire back without losing any ground twice in a row so far. So for Sapphire right now, they're building up to some ultimates right now. That's the benefit of this, is they're getting ultimates. Icy Cold's close to getting that minefield again. That could be a big problem, as well as the Transcendence could really slow down Sapphire's push. As Console Noob tries to push forward here. Minefield right in the middle of the stairs. He's going to kill 2. One Trick and Console Noob go down. That is a big ultimate there. Forces Sapphire back, and they're actually stuck off to the side right here. We'll be able to get back and regroup with their team for a little bit, but now a Siren right in the middle of things. Icy Cold gets picked off.
He just got melted from that Discord orb there.
And now this is a chance for Sapphire to continue to push forward here. We have Deadeye up for Osiren, a pulse bomb from Pepto. If these are used properly, these could really find some big effect. Pepto sleuths into the back line here. Will be able to stick Demo, takes them out of the fight. That's 1 support down for Clark Red. Just that much healing less for the team as Pepto continues to harass this top line here. Evo's able to take down that Immortality Field, but Chromodon and Icy Cold find 2 kills. Icy Cold so low, has to try and stay alive, and will be able to as the Transcendence comes out from Clark Red to keep him up. Now it's Console Noob, who's taking a ton of damage, cannot stay alive. He almost had Flux, but the timer is running out, and Sapphire don't have the room to contest. That's going to be the second point for Clark Red as they managed to stabilize after a disastrous C9. It did not phase them.
Yeah, they really took that one back there. A big comeback there from Clark Red compared to SNHU's last game. Both these teams just snapping back and forth here with these comebacks are just incredible here tonight. And, play of game going to be so there. I feel like he, just did so much damage on the Zen with the Discord Orb, and the Transcendences came in clutch too, especially with the Fluxes coming out and stuff. But, that is going to be Clark's map there. So SNHU does get to make the choice of which push map they're going to go up on next.
I'm interested to see what they pick, because I feel like Junkertown there, that was really... that ball was in Sapphire's court for that match, and unfortunately they just weren't able to really drive it all the way in. Clark Red, they had a great push. They C9'd, they let the push up, and unfortunately for Sapphire, they just weren't able to match to the point that Clark Red made it to. A really, really interesting match that happened just right there, in a really interesting point in the set right now, because we're officially in uncharted waters, right? Yeah. We're in game number 4 right now as we continue to go forward here. Will be a push map. I'm going to say likely to be Esperanza. We always see Esperanza.
Yeah.
We don't really see New Queen Street or Coliseo too much. A lot of people kind of veer away from those. And Esperanza in particular is a very favored map for Sapphire. It's a map they put a ton of time into. So I'd be interested to see. It is loser's pick. It's also winner's ban.
Yeah, so they could do some scouting there and ban the Esperanza from us, but I don't know if they're going to ban that, or there are some other viable bans there from Clark Red, especially some. I don't really like every single push map here at all. Really, I think push mode in general is kind of, it's very volatile.
It is. Because there is in all these maps we've seen, it's been like, oh, someone played a great attacking round, break, reset, they played their defending round. Not the case in push. Just one round. No breaks, no stopping, nothing. It is 100 the entire time. There is no time to rest. It is constant tug of war.
Yeah.
If you lose the first team fight, that is permanent. There is no round to break that up. There is no like reset, nothing like that. That is the game from the start to the finish.
Right.
Every single thing matters, and that's why push is an interesting thing here to have be on our set point. Is Clark Red now at set point? This is a very dangerous game mode to be in right now.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that's probably why it's the 4th spot in the thing, because this is kind of where the stakes get high. This is where tensions get high. This is where things get a little bit dicey on push.
And
there
it's set
are no
point here
second
for Clark.
chances.
It's set point. So SNHU really has to make every second count here on this push map. And I feel like the great way to do that is to really get the ball rolling, but we've seen it how they really play well when they have their ult economy up, right?
Yeah.
Which you don't really go into the map with your ult up or anything. So I'm curious to see how they're really going to take the lead here in the beginning, because once you get that ball rolling, we've seen both these teams, they snowball so hard, right? Both of them. And if you get those forward spawns, I can't even imagine like what both these teams would be able to do with those.
That's the scariest part about push is forward spawns make it so difficult to actually come back, because you have to push it across the mid line, right? And that is tough. That can be tough sometimes, especially when the push meta has kind of developed into less so pushing the cart into the final, like pushing the cart all the way, less of that, more so pushing the cart into an advantageous position where it's going to be really inconvenient for them to actually get it out of there. Let's go and take a look at our map overview, see what our push map is for the night, and it is Esperanza.
They aren't going to ban it, and that is going to be picked up there from SNHU. Good little grab, and they're going to be able to get the map that they want.
Yeah, this is definitely a map that they were looking for going into this. It's just going to be a matter of how much practice do Clark Red have on this, because this is a big turning point in the set right now. If Sapphire take this, them to go back to control, and that's where things get interesting again. Kind of going into that King of the Hill, that's where you're going to see really probably it going down to the final round. So Clark Red really want to try and clinch it off here. Sapphire, by all means, this is their map to lose. They have had so much time on this map the entire season, and they have had such a strong performance on this map the entire season, that I think that this is a really strong point for them. But Clark Red, they could hit back hard here.
Yeah, and I think, there's really no comparable game mode to push, really. But I want to say Escort is kind of similar.
Yeah.
But you're not really given a chance to, like you said, there's no reset, right? That's the only difference here. And I don't know, this map is just so interesting. I feel like I'm really curious to see actually how much practice that Clark has on this map.
Yeah. It is weird, right? Because like I said, the push meta is very, very map knowledge heavy, right? It is not just tug of war, I pull until I push the cart all the way into your spawn, and that's when the game ends. That can happen sometimes. You can push it in and just end the game early that way, but a lot of times you see push go down to time. And it's because these teams, as long as you're in the lead, as long as you've pushed your barrier the furthest, it doesn't matter where the bot is. It doesn't matter if it's on your side of the map. It doesn't matter if it's on their side of the map. As long as you have the lead, you will win the game if time runs out. So just push it as far as you can, hold it into a position, and just really, really get cozy and try and entrench as much as you can. Let's see how it's going to play out. Map number 4, Esperanza. About to hop into this now. There we are. Team composition is going to be interesting here, right? We've had some interesting team compositions all night. This is very different though, because this is not attack defense. This is not. It's not like Control, where you know what map you're going into. You kind of know the best composition for this map. There's a lot of different battlegrounds you're going to be fighting in here just on this one round that you need to have a all-around team composition for. And for Sapphire here, it's looking like they're going to try and stick with the Reinhardt sort of brawl composition we've been seeing all night. Clark Red, they're sticking with what works. This is their Junkertown composition, and this really did a lot of work for them.
Yeah, I would have liked to maybe see Kiriko or something, because I feel like Kiriko does well at getting around the map to your allies here because of that teleport. But I don't know, both you got one trick on on the Lucio and Biso on that Baptiste, they're both pretty mobile as well. And the amount of protection that Baptiste also provides is comparable to the Suzu there. And going right on the bridge here, going for high ground control is going to be a big amount. And they're going up and around here. What is this setup
they spotted Clark Red's members over here on the flank. They spotted their 2 supports who were caught off. And Icy Cold now diving in, trying to do as much as he can to keep them off of their supports, but they're beginning to very quickly advance up on them, and that is constantly right on top of Jellybean, going to be able to take him down. Demo looks like he might have been able to escape the bot, pushing Clark Red, getting some distance here. Icy Cold not quite with them yet. SNHU are going to be able to drop down onto the barricade, start to contest this. Evo just gets melted there by Biso, and One Trick supports definitely putting in the effort here, as now Pepto up on the high ground will get hit by that pile driver, but staying alive will be able to push Clark Red back as Sapphire start to get some space here and start to build up their lead.
What is going on?
This is dynamic, man. This is push. There is no line of scrimmage. It is everywhere, all the time, always.
I think I cursed this match. I said I'm curious to see what they do to take the advantage, and I didn't expect that.
Look how far Icy Cold is right now from Chromodon here. This is how this works, right? He is so far in the backline. We'll be able to get back. Noob has the rest of his team with him up here as they just try and hold on to the high ground. SNHU have the lead right now, so while you might be thinking, hey, they should push the cart further, that's not what matters. All that matters is that they are currently winning. Pepto does take down Icy Cold right there, building up his ult shard. Sapphire definitely has a really good pace here, but so does Clark Red if you look at their ultimates. They're coming up close on some big ones, including duplication.
Yeah, and they're going to use that window to secure this angle here to get those forward spawns. That's going to really take the lead here, and that's what's going to be that's what's going to matter. As long as they don't throw a fight here, they will have an advantage at always getting back to a favorable position to contest Clark Red's push if they do make it here.
Yeah, Sapphire, as long as the bot stays on Clark Red's side of the map, they're going to get forward spawns. So they're going to be spawning much closer to the front line than Clark Red will. This is, really the core of push at the moment right here, is that they are just going to be in an advantageous position. And now Death Blossom coming through, does get moved back into Demo, will be to take him down. Now he's right on top of Jellybean, and he kills him too. Both supports dead. Evo goes down, One Trick picking up that kill. That's 3 dead on Clark Red as Pepto continues to just lay into the tank. Sapphire finds a great opportunity to take some space here, start to push this cart forward. Osiren takes down Chromodon, has that Blizzard ready, and we've seen Osiren really, really good Blizzards all night here. Really been able to get a lot of clutch moments with these, so we'll see how this Blizzard is used. Could be very soon.
Yeah, and that Death Blossom looking for Evo found both supports instead is a big pick there. But I think they're just going to step back here looking for that wall, though. I just stand corrected. They're looking for Icy Cold there, and the Blizzard coming out there. The Death Blossom not really going to find much there, but that barrage is going to be able to take out that Immortality field. That is a kind of big pick there, and as well as finding One Trick there, Pepto falling to Evo as well. The rest of SNHU's members just going to fall one by one here. Siren in that ice cube will shortly fall after, but Cormodon died.
He blew himself up there. He blew himself up on a Siren. Will get rezzed back up. Clark Red will get control of the bot. Sapphire here, they already all spawned on their forward spawns. So they are so close to the front line. It's looking unlikely they'll really be able to get up there before Clark disable their forward spawns. Actually, they might be able to. They're going to be able to get right on top of it. And unfortunately, not going to be able to stop them from disabling forwards, but they are ready to take this fight. SNHU have such a huge lead that all they need to do is just continue to win fights for the next 6 minutes, right? As long as Clark Red don't make it anywhere near as far as Sapphire did, Sapphire really just need to sit back and get cozy.
Yeah, they really just need to hold this here, and that Shatter is just going to break through here, finding Biso, finding Pepto. That is a big ultimate there from Clark Red. Gonna start to build their lead here and push this barrier back to what SNHU has pushed, and that's basically almost second point. They're halfway to it.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for Clark Red as they continue to push forward here. They're going to be able to get up to forward spawns. Sapphire might try and stop them from achieving those. as they continue to wrap in. Going to be able to get behind Clark Red in a big way. Take a lot of damage from those fire strikes, though. Trying to get on top of the bot. Will be able to contest it before they get forward spawns, and that is a big, big deal here as they continue to just kind of hemorrhage them out here. If they find it, pick that person's going to be so far up, but the nano boost comes through. Icy Cold is currently boosted right in the middle of the entire team. Will be able to take down Osiren as he continues to just plow through Sapphire. Console Noob goes down now. Pepto trying to get a lock onto Demo here, but just cannot find it, and will get pushed back, just trying to reset as quick as possible. Chromadon's going to be able to take him down. Clark Red achieve their forward spawns, get to that first checkpoint, and now they're going to have a chance to push forward here. Sapphire, we're feeling a little bit nervous right now, but still the game is in their control.
Yeah, they still have the lead here, and they don't really have too much to worry about. They could still play defense here, and Osiren just fed up with the Flyers here is going to switch to that hit scan. They got double hit scan now for those Flyers, and that is another big shatter there. The barrage coming out from Evo also going to find Pepto. Osiren falling to Chromadon. They will still take this fight, and that is a big fight for Clark to take there. They might be able to tie up the lead that SNHU has gotten here.
Yeah, Clark is getting pretty close to taking the lead right now. Sapphire need to take this next fight, otherwise Clark Red, they are going to be able to take the lead, and then Sapphire have to push it even further into Clark Red spawn, which is just so hard. Having a tough time really dealing with these Flyers here. Evo and Demo are really giving Sapphire a run for their money here, but Pepto immediately going to shut him down with that magnetic grenade. Clark Red is contested right now on the bot. Doesn't have the chance to continue to push forward here. Chromadon just getting lit up there by Pepto. Nano Boost comes out onto Icicle, but so does the sound barrier, and they are going to be able to take him out of Siren with those missiles. He's able to find that kill as they continue to push forward here. Sapphire still in control of the bot. As they run through now, we'll be able to find these last three members of Clark Red taking control of this match, taking things back in their own hands, going to try and push this as far forward as they can. Clark Red will get these forward spawns before Sapphire can disable them, but still, they are in the lead, and that's a big thing.
They just barely didn't, touch that barrier point and tie it up here with SNHU, but SNHU will reset those forward spawns, and now they're going to try to go for their own, but they're kind of at even ground here. The advisor does come out from Osiren trying to find something here, and I think his shatter came out from Icicle, finding two picks there. He's going to be able to find Console Noob and Pepto, but Osiren shortly falling after that, just trying to stay as alive here, getting for that reset. So will fall.
Yeah, a big deal here that Clark Red won that fight as they continue to push forward, hold on to their forward spawns. They are still a good bit away from their barricade here, and they actually will get back across that checkpoint. Sapphire pushing forward now, trying to hold the bot right here. Clark Red gonna hold back now as Sapphire in control of the bot. They're just looking to try and play around this corner here, waiting for Sapphire to push into them.
I didn't know the bot danced.
He danced?
Yeah, he's dancing.
I didn't see that. I didn't know he danced either.
He's doing a little jiggy there. Oh, the window comes out there, and Pepto getting a little bit of damage. They are going to force him off the bot here, retake control of that, and that wall is going to separate them from their team. They're going for big damage here, trying to get that freeze, and it will be a lot, but not enough there. Evo will be able to find Osiren, and that's one pick starting this snowball here. That is a big wall separating Console Noob there, and one trick will fall to Icy Cold. They have the Blizzard ready, but there's really no need to use it on two players here.
Look at Clark Red's ultimate bank right now. They've got 4 ultimates right now, just cleaning up the rest of this fight. They're able to push things back forward, but 1 minute left on the clock. This is where things get dicey here, because Clark Red have a lot of ultimates to work with, and they just have to get over this final stretch. If they do take the lead, Sapphire have to push the cart all the way back into Clark Red's spawn, and that's going to be very difficult. Console Noob right in Icy Cold's face. Not going to be able to find the Earth Shatter, and he's going to go down to Chromadon here. Pepto right in the middle of things with Death Blossom. Will not be able to find anything through that Immortality Foot. He's going to end up falling. Osiren trying to stay alive. A little bit to take down Chromadon, but a big Earth Shatter there from Icy Cold's going to be able to put him right down on the ground. Biso falls along with him. Clark Red are so close to taking the lead right here. Console Noob trying to get back in time. Will not be able to, but the cart is contested right now. Chromadon has Death Blossom right here as Pepto contests the cart for as long as he can. 15 seconds left. If they lose the lead now, this could be disastrous. Clark Red just need to get over this final stretch. All 5 of them are on the cart right now as One Trick and Pepto Oscar Hero. Siren has the Blizzard ready, and this could be what they need, but Clark Red, they take the lead with 4 seconds left on the clock. SNHU need to come out of this team fight in the lead, and they won't be able to as overtime ticks down. Clark Red just barely don't take it as another touch comes out from Sapphire, but they are so disjointed. They are trickling right now. Ant Matrix comes in, but it is not looking good. Sapphire able to get the touch again, but just one of them on the cart compared to the other 4 from Clark Red. Sapphire are going to have such a hard time establishing a solid foothold here with a Siren going down. It's Console Noob and Biso on the cart right now. The Earth Shatter comes through from Icy Cold.
There's one
Trying
pick.
to find something. Yeah, we'll be able to get that. The Immortality Field goes down. Jellybean goes down. Console Noob will end up falling, but Clark Red, they're down 2 right now. They're almost down 4. Evo is staying alive, but Demo will fall. The Blizzard is up for Clark Red. Will they use it in time before Evo ends up falling? Icy Cold still alive, still in the cart. Pepto finds a double kill. He takes down Evo before the Blizzard can be spent. And Sapphire keep their head above water. They're still in this, but they have a long road ahead of them.
They have such a long way to push this cart, but I mean, it's just one push that they have to make it through here. Could be 1 or 2 team fights, but their all economy is just Pepto.
This Blizzard for Clark Red is going to be so big. SNHU, I mean, they were able to clinch out overtime on 2 maps just from a Blizzard. Clark Red potentially looking to do the exact same thing. Now, Pepto is going to need to find a Pulse Bomb onto Evo there. We could see that Blizzard come out very soon as Ant Matrix and Soundberry both come out at the same time. Sapphire continuing to contest on here, but the Blizzard is on the cart. They're staying on here. They're putting their lives down to stay alive. Pepto and Osiren find kills. Evo goes down as well as Console finds that. Osiren picks another one there. Icy Cold goes down. It's a team kill as Sapphire keeps this going. This train has no brakes.
This train is not going to stop anytime soon. They are going to keep it rolling here and rolling up on the barrier as well. They only have to push a couple meters here.
No ultimates on the board from anyone. Sapphire's close to a Riptire and a Sound Barrier. If they manage to achieve those in this last team fight, that could be a big deal. Osiren coming through, needs to just land this last pipe on to Jellybean. Won't be able to. Chromodon's going to be able to pick him off there as Sapphire run up here. Sound Barrier out from One Trick. Osiren's down. Won't be able to get that Riptire up in time. SNHUs need to push the card a little bit further. A Res comes through onto Jellybean, getting that other support back alive. Sapphire, bomb goes out, finds Jellybean, puts him right back down. Pepto getting the picks that he needs. Demo is so low in the backline. Pepto finds him. That is so big. Chromodon also low, just getting shredded. They are so close to pushing it all the way in. And now it's Icy Cold just trying to stay alive on top of the cart. The bot is pushing. Wrecking Ball is so low right now. He doesn't have much health left in him. He will go down. The bot pushes up. They're so close to taking the lead. And Clark Red, they just have to get in there. They just have to try and stall for as long as they can. But 2 quick kills, and there's no one to contest. Sapphire pushes it back all the way.
They just did the impossible.
I see the players right now clutching their chest, out of breath. What an intense game there from Sapphire to keep themselves in this. Clark Red were in their spawn with 3 seconds left on the clock, took the lead, and Sapphire went all the way back.
I can't believe what I just saw. They just said, I'm not losing today. And they turned a situation where it was dependent on touches there and took that win on that map, tying things up here. That was crazy.
What a crazy match. I don't know how else to describe it. That was insane from Sapphire. They just did not have the will to lose in them. They were they were just determined to make it all the way to the end right there. And now we're going to map 5. We're back to control.
Yeah, and that's going to be Clark's pick there again. And I'm speechless.
Me too. I'm a little winded too. We're going to get a water refill. We're going to take a quick break as we get ready to go into our 5th map of the night. A crazy map, but one we need to take a break after. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Hello and welcome back. We had a chance to catch our breath, drink some water. Might still need to take some more sips. That was a lot of screaming in the end of that last match. A complete comeback, a reverse sweep in a sense on Esperanza.
That's all that's happening today. It's just comeback after comeback.
Yeah.
Both of these teams just snapping back over and over. I can't wait to see how this next map goes.
I think it's pretty safe to say Esperanza, map number 4, push, pretty good map.
Yeah.
Pretty good game,
Pretty good
I'd
map.
say, yeah. Some great competition coming out. Still just kind of shell-shocked from that last match. For our last map of the night, Control, we're going to be going to a new map. We're going to Arctic Peninsula?
Arctic?
Something like that? Antarctic Peninsula.
Yeah, it might be.
I think that's it. I think it's cold,
Yeah,
essentially.
It's cold. Let's look at the map view.
It's very
The map
cold.
overview. Let's see how cold this map might be.
Well,
Wait, do we have it ready?
I don't think we have a map for this.
Oh,
Map's very new. Look, we are ready to go in game now. So let's go and take a look on this map, see exactly how cold it is. And it's looking pretty cold.
That's looking freezing. That's some cold map there.
This is the first time we've seen this map here on stream. And so this is going to be a very interesting showcase here. I know Sapphire has been feeling pretty confident about this map.
Yeah, but this isn't their pick. This is Clark's pick.
Exactly.
Which is interesting.
Exactly. Sapphire have been saying, like, hey, if everyone wants to ban this map, then we'll just pick it. No one wants to ban this map, so we'll just get really good at it. Yeah. Sorry. And so they have been practicing a lot on this. And apparently so have Clark, if they're feeling confident enough to pick this one as the final map here. Expected for, the end of a series, set point, final round. Thought you'd see something more like Lijiang, something a little bit more fundamental here. But they're staking it all on a brand new map, which is sure to be exciting.
Yep.
And definitely a lot of strategies and team compositions on this map that have yet to really be explored here. So very much uncharted territory.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they're going to be playing this one. And I haven't seen that much of this map either. It's just brand new, so it's going to be pretty new to me. But I'm curious to see. There's a wall already going to come out looking for those picks. Both walls coming out from both teams are going to be a big chunk in their health bars here, but mostly Icy Cold is the one losing a lot of HP here. And I like the composition. It's mirror for both. That's a big wall there, and the stun coming out. The immortality field falling. Icy Cold will go down very early there. And the rest of the picks just coming out here. Chromodon falling there. Jellybean looking low is going to be fallen to be so there. Pepto finding Demo, and that's the first capture there from SNHU.
Really great team fight there from Sapphire. We got to see a lot of how this kind of fight on top of the point works. Is very similar to kind of Oasis on this point right here, with that high ground, with that platform that extends on top of the point. But now we're seeing Reinhardt inserted into the mix here, and with how kind of narrow these corridors are, you can't really drop down once you get walled off, and there's no easy way over or around the wall. It's going to be very, very dangerous here. Siren has a Blizzard ready, and if Clark Red push out, they could run straight into it, and that's going to be tough. Amplification Matrix goes down, but Biso just gets melted as Clark Red answer back with one of their own. The Blizzard does come out, taking up a lot of space right here, but Osiren doesn't worry about Evo. One trick will be able to take him out. Clark Red looking to flip the point, but Sapphire dropped down just in time to stop them from taking control. Earthshatter comes out, will be able to take down Pepto. Icy Cold finishes him off there. B comes out, a big Earthshatter from Sapphire, and they just clean up the fight completely. 4 quick kills, and Evo back at spawn. Sapphire maintained control of the point, not giving it up at all as they pass the halfway point.
They almost captured there too as well. It's going to be a big flip, was going to be a big flip there from Clark, but they just weren't able to do it. And now Pepto looking very, very up front there with the Death Blossom ready to use that, but I think they've figured that out and are playing around it a little bit. They might look for a boop into it and maybe just a teleport onto the back line there. Going far, going long, actually going all the way around here for this Death Blossom is going to come out. Will find Demo there as well as Jellybean. Those are 2 picks there, and the rest of the team just falls. That's a team kill.
Yeah, a great team fight again from Sapphire, and we're seeing, I mean, just the map familiarity, that little cubby up there is almost exactly made just for the situation, for the Death Blossom to sit up there and just wait for the opposing team to push in. So really great awareness of this map so far from Sapphire, and really great team fights being taken here. We're at 90% right now on the hill, and Clark Red really need to get in here quick, but a Blizzard ready from Osiren could change things up as the sound barrier comes out. Constant gets taken out. The Blizzard comes out actually from Evo first, and Biso will end up getting taken down as a result of that. Pepto trying to get on the point to contest it for as long as possible with the rest of his team backing him up. He will end up going down. Osiren is going to hold on to that Blizzard for a rainy day, back off, and wait for Clark Red to get out of the way here as Sapphire managed to break their way through, surprisingly not dying there after getting kind of intercepted.
Yeah, but they got that 99, and that's really what matters, because it just takes one good team fight and a flip in order to win here with no contest. And there's not a lot of room to work with Clark here. You really got to be very careful with these team fights, because it really just takes one.
They're taking a world tour right now as they go across the entire upper side. They are making a complete orbit around the map to get behind Clark Red, and they are very much able to do so. Time is not an issue right now. If they just spill down onto the point, start to try and take control, they force Clark Red down, and the Earth Shatter comes out as well. It's a big one too. They find 3, and that's going to be a lot of kills coming out from Clark Red, but Pepto finds a triple kill as he continues to stay in the middle of things. Icy Cold so close to dead. It's a team kill from Sapphire, and they're going to be able to clean up this first round. Things are looking great for SNHU right now as we are on the set point for this map. Sapphire just have to win one more.
Yeah, they really just need to secure this last map here to take the win against Clark. But, I mean, Clark has that ability. They have the comeback. You know, here potential, we've seen it before, and I'm curious to see what they're going to do on this next map. It's a lot more open, it looks like.
Yeah, looking in at this next map on Antarctic Peninsula, it's still pretty cold, I'd have to say.
Yeah, a little chilly.
Still pretty cold. I gotta say, I love the way this map looks overall. This map really, the art design here is fantastic, and I love that big freighter in the middle that is just those yellows and greens. Such a pretty map. They always do a great job.
It is such a pretty map there. But getting into this rollout here, both teams are going to meet towards the middle here. And that was almost a devastating wall there. Looking for one of their players. They're just going to go around right here. Everyone all together. Looking at just ring around the rosy, looking for their back lines here.
This feels very much like Busan on this point in particular, and they are going to start to capture the point as Clark Red on the outside, pushing up to try and contest right here, walled off. Sapphire could potentially have their back in a corner right now. Constant trying to stay alive. Immortality Field will keep him up as they push forward into Icy Cold. Biso trying to keep the team alive as much as he can. Neither side has that Immortality Field, but the regen burst comes out to try and keep them up. Pepto getting frozen over here in the corners. They try and stay on the point right now, but neither team is dying right now, but a pin comes out onto Icy Cold. Constant right in the middle of everything. The Amp Matrix comes out from Biso, and he will be able to shred down Icy Cold. What remains of him as the wall goes up will block off that Amplification Matrix. Clark Red will answer back with one of their own. Immortality Field out to keep them up. Sound Barrier comes through. Demo keeping his team alive. No one is dying right now. Everyone is just invulnerable. The Death Blossom will come out right now. Not going to find any kills either. No one is dying.
They are still alive. They're still going with no tanks. It's just the backlines going at it. Constantly rejoins the fight here. Icy Cold as well. Gonna make it back there. And they're just going toe-to-toe, going at it here. Icy Cold looking low. Will fall to Osiren there. And Chromodon just stalling as long as he can, but that's the first point there for SNHU. What an amazing long fight.
That was like a full minute and a half of team fight right there. Chromodon, he chose to just resign his Death Blossom, die, get back the rest of the team, and hold it on for the next team fight here. I think we saw a rotation of pretty much everyone's ultimate there in that team fight, if not twice. There was a lot of amplification matrices that went down.
Yeah, I think at least 2 from both of them, and 2 Blizzards as well. A Shatter, just every single ultimate was used there. Jellybean is going to be locked off from his team here. The Immortality Field just barely saving them, though. Is going to keep him alive there, not for long, but Icy Cold looking low. Will be able to take one down with him, but that's a team kill from SNHU, shutting down their push, nearing 40% here. They got a pretty good lead on Clark on the second map.
Yeah, really nicely done so far. We see some of them running back to spawn maybe looking to switch heroes here, try and adjust to what Clark Red are doing right now as they run back, or just taxiing people on over. But Clark Red's starting to push up here. They've only got one ultimate right now. They're still holding on to that Death Blossom, where Pepto is halfway towards his second, so they're going to have to spend this soon if they want to try and keep the pace up. Blizzard comes out from Osiren, locks them all in here, but Chromadon finds a triple kill with Death Blossom there. Only Evo falls to the Blizzard. Chromadon right in the middle of the entire team now will end up falling to Pepto as they continue to push forward here. Constantine takes down Icicle. Demo falls. Clark Red pushed back again as they survive.
They just somehow prevailed. Their console noob just swinging away on like 20 health there. Took down half their team and just kept going. SNHU has such a big lead now because of that. They are almost at 90% here. Clark really has to step up here and put the pedal to the metal in order to take it, but there's the Matrix coming out that wall, gonna block it off a little bit.
Gotta careful the Surge Shatter, and it hits the entire team! They've got a sound barrier on them, but are able to just barely escape. A lot of them are taking a ton of damage right now. Clark Red's gonna send out a Blizzard of their own. A Siren quickly getting out of the way here. Ice Cold goes down. Pepto with a Death Blossom finds a double kill now, and they just need to kill Evo. They do. The timer ticking down. Sapphire take this set, clapping back against Clark Red.
No way! They just won that 3-2 against Clark. That was an incredible set.
They came back from the jaws of defeat on Esperanza and had what looked like the easiest control map of their life. They bounced back in such a huge way. Just that mental momentum. They were on fire. Clark Red, they were so close to clinching out the set, and they just barely couldn't. Just unfortunately could not carry that aggressive momentum they had into the next map. SNHU, what an incredible...
They just took the ball and ran with it those last two games. They really just came back. And, I mean, what just, like, clicked there for them? Because it seemed like a completely different team against Clark.
Yeah, that was insane. It looked at the start of that set like, oh, maybe things are going to happen the same way they did in the preseason, right? But then the moment they passed over to Esperanza, it looked so strong. And Clark Red, they came so close. They were this close.
They were so close.
To ending things. And SNHU clapped back with the best control map I've ever seen them play. What an incredible night. What an incredible performance from all of them there.
Let's take a little look at the recap here on these maps here. I mean, I can't believe those last two maps there.
That was insane, right? We started off with Nepal, a map we usually never see.
Yeah.
Right? And Clark Red ended up taking that, or actually SNHU ended up taking that. I think. No. Clark Red took the first map. Second map was SNHU as they take Kings Row. A great showing on Kings Row.
Yeah, right.
Right? And then we go over to Junkertown and Clark Red. Unfortunate C9. Well, unfortunately can't fit.
They still came back. They took that third game.
They had an incredible defensive side. SNHU just couldn't make it in all the way. We go to Esperanza. We've already talked about that one.
Yeah.
How that one turned out. An incredible match there. And then Antarctic Peninsula just goes to show. I mean, they put so much time in to master this map as soon as it came out. Right. And it's really paying off for them.
Yeah,
they had such a good performance.
It was so good there. And I just can't believe they ended up winning this whole set here. That's so crazy.
Insane. That's going to be all for us tonight, unfortunately. I wish we had more Overwatch to show, but we're going to be all set for tonight. If you enjoyed that and you want to see more, check out our Twitter at SNHU Esports. You'll be able to find everything, including clips from tonight, of which there will probably be a few, and any sort of updates on upcoming matches, events, anything like that. You'll be able to find all of that on there, as well as on our Discord, discord.gg/SNHU Esports. Thank you so much for coming out to the arena. A big turnout in here tonight, as well as tuning in on Twitch, supporting the stream, supporting the players, supporting the staff here who make the show run. It's such a pleasure to be able to put on shows like this for really great varsity matches. If you enjoyed this, we'll be back tomorrow night for Rocket League, so definitely be sure to come check that out because it is just as fun, just as close matches, a lot of really good stuff happening there. But that's all for us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for Rocket League. Enjoy the rest of your day.